Capture the relays to bring down the carrier shields. Destroy the cooling nodes to expose the core. Protect your base ship at all costs.
Alright, is this recording? Yeah, it says it's broadcasting. Make sure again. Yep, on there. Okay, cool. So what's up, everybody? I'm going to turn my volume on my headset down. I don't necessarily need to use the volume.
The sentries are still
but I want to make sure I'm not talking too loud because these headphones are noise canceling. So, but I'm here on PlayStation VR. I'm playing Valkyrie Warzone, which is a pretty good game. I like it. It's relaxing. You know, I'll put on some old school jams and rock out, shoot down some spaceships, and just relax.
Control point A captured. Drone deployed.
But so what's going on? What's going on in the news? What's going on in the world today? We got everybody going nuts. Everybody going crazy over the smallest things. My wife's Twitter post was recently acknowledged by quite a few hateful people, just a hateful climate of people, period, you know, who want to find anything and everything they can to complain about and feel victimized about and find some way to blame everything on straight white males, you know. I don't know. I don't know why that's such a fad. But for some reason, anything that's wrong in this world, that's, you know, by default, blame the straight white guy.
Get back here and protect our base ship.
But, I don't know. It's a thing. Hopefully, like most other fads, it'll go away. It'll die off. People will realize how stupid and cringy they sounded. You know, maybe you feel a little ashamed. Lick their wounds and go about their lives. Maybe learn from it and become better people in the future. I seriously doubt that's going to happen, but, you know, optimism is key, I guess. But my wife posted on Twitter. She posted a picture of Bill Burr and his wife together. And in the captions, you know, she basically stated the people are calling this guy racist, pretty much, you know. That's not exactly what she wrote down. I forgot what her exact wording was. But, you know, just kind of making a point. You know, everyone's calling Bill Burr a racist because he, I guess, you know, mispronounced some Hispanic names during some nominations. And made a joke about how feminists would react, and people just, you know, they lost their heads about it. They just went completely, you know, schizo about it. But it was an honest and harmless joke. You know, 3 or 4 years ago, okay, let's go back a little bit further. You know, 5 or 6 years ago, even at a time when people were still sensitive and social justice was still like a beginning process, I guess, people still had a sense of humor. You know, they would have laughed at that all the same, and it wouldn't have been a big issue. But now, I'm not hardly shooting at anybody. I'm more worried about discussing this than I am the actual game. But now, you know, people are, you know, they're just anything they can to feel offended, to feel defensive, to put some kind of blame for whatever you know, fill in the blank, they'll be offended over it. You know, anything that they can. And Bill Burr, you know, I like his comedy. I've watched his comedy. I've watched his stand-up. I like, you know, I like a lot of the work that he's done. You know, I didn't even know what F for Family was, or F is for Family was, until I looked at Netflix and I recognized the voice, and I was like, oh, that's Bill Burr. That has to be. I didn't even know it was a thing on Netflix. You know, I knew of his work. didn't know he did an animation, and then once I popped on there, because I popped in the scene late to watch that show. You know, most people, as soon as something comes out, they're right on it. Not me. You know, I didn't watch Breaking Bad until a few years after it debuted. You know, I didn't watch Supernatural until like 5 years after it debuted. I'm just that kind of person. I don't like to leech onto stuff, or, you know, latch onto stuff, not leech. Latch onto stuff just as soon as everybody else does. I don't want to be like a statistic in a group of people that hang on to everything that pops off. It's not like I'm trying to be the goth kid at class, you know, that just likes to be the outsider and not conform to whatever everybody else conforms to. It's not that. Like, I don't have the attitude about it. I just don't want to be a statistic. Like, I don't think I'm better than anybody. I like to wait, let it die down a little bit. You know, and if it still has a decent fan base or a decent following after a few years, then I'll come to the conclusion that maybe there was a good reason behind it having such a heavy fan base, and I'll check it out. But, you know, I'm going off into the weeds about this. You know, when I watch Efforts for Family, it's very derogative. Lots of bad language, lots of inappropriate stuff. But it's a funny show. All in all, if you're easily offended, you definitely don't want to watch that show. It's not for you. You might as well just, you know, curl yourself up into a box and just sit there and have no fun at all. You know, because that's, a lot of people have stated this fact and have pointed this out. It's all ran across our brains. The way social justice warriors act, the way that these special interest groups act, you know, they act like we should just all sit in one spot, not say anything, not do anything, not have any kind of special interest. You know, constantly hate ourselves, thinking we're inherently awful, evil people. You know, that's the generation we live in. That's what these people expect of us.
Get back and protect it.
That's today's mentality is vengeance and retaliation and just find anything we can to hate somebody and you know, look at the worst parts of a person instead of trying to come together and be decent people and have a dialogue and try to understand one another to some degree. And the funny thing is, a crowd of people that are so hateful, that are finding anything they can to you know, demonetize somebody, to get somebody fired, to get somebody in trouble, censored, hurt, whatever. You know, these same people not a few years ago was talking about, you know, they were out in the streets protesting with signs. I hear talking about peace and equality and diversity and all this other stuff. Now they don't believe in diversity. You know, these same people want to, you know, ostracize anyone who is white, straight, and conservative in their views and their values. Or Christian. If you're a Christian, oh, you're on the chopping block. But, you know, my wife made that post about all that, and some little dork on there replied, referring to Bill Burr is a slave owner. Now, he referred to Bill's wife as a servant. Now, he says he followed up in a second statement saying that that he wasn't referring to them directly, but come on. Everybody's, you know, I don't even have to say it. Everybody else has already said it. Everybody else has pointed out the backpedaling on that. Backpedaling, whatever. But, you know, he knows what he meant. We know what he meant. And my wife's a sweet person. She tries to look at things from, you know, both sides of the fence. And she tries to be as considerate and accepting as possible. She's a very sweet person. She's always had a very sweet personality.
The enemy has captured
Defend
But
the
she
base
just had
ship
enough.
at all
You know, she has had
costs.
enough of this crap, this political correctness crap. She's had enough of the same crowd of people who scream out about diversity and scream out about the black struggle and all this other stuff, who will openly get up on these posts, whether they're white, black, or whatever, will get up on these posts and they'll sit here and refer to another black person that doesn't share those same views or ideas as a house N-word, I'm not going to say it, or refer to him as an Uncle Tom, or you know, many other different crude and unnecessary terms. So, you know, they're hypocrites. They're hypocrites. They, you know, for a longest time talked about all this peace and diversity crap, and now they don't really believe in it. Anyone that doesn't share their ideas or their beliefs, they want to, like I said, put on a chopping block. A lot of these same people love Bill Burr's comedy, and they loved, you know, watching the dude stand up and tell it how it is. They love that edgy personality. They didn't have any, you know, a few years back, they didn't have any problems when Ralphie May, people like Ralphie May, would say pretty much the same thing. Would have the same opinions. You know, they didn't latch on too long to someone like Dave Chappelle, and Dave Chappelle is I don't, you know, as far as his views and ideas go, me and him probably wouldn't agree on a lot of things. But to some degree, he's been reasonable and he's been fair in how he sees things. And they try to cancel him over that. But, you know, it's so cringy how desperate people are to be a victim. To have people pity them. Or you know, to find a way to show some kind of malice towards other people. You know, it's almost like they're licking their lips to, you know, to get ready to bite down on as much hatred as they can possibly muster towards other people. They like it. They take pride in it. They take pride in being hateful. While in the same breath saying they're fighting against hate and hate speech. They don't even know what they believe. They don't believe in anything. Their belief, you know, in one thing or the other changes on a whim. It changes at a moment's notice. They don't believe in diversity. A lot of people, you know, on the far left want to talk about segregation. They want to segregate white folks from supporting black movements. They want to segregate straight supporters from being a part of certain groups or having certain ideas, because it might interfere with their ideas and their beliefs. They want to segregate them and put them off. You got people, and I'm not even, you know, with this statement, with this breath, I'm not even referring to blacks, but you got white folks out here posting responses on some of these Twitter posts, on these Twitter feeds, saying, you know, F all whites, F white males, you know, we should kill all white males, we should da-da-da-da. Like, what kind of mentality is that? What do you think that's going to solve?
The enemy has captured point B.
How do you figure that's going to make anything better? Has it made anything better so far? Huh? Has it worked anything out? Has the world become a better place? It really hasn't. In fact, things have just got worse. This mentality is cringy and it's hurtful.
Fall back to the base ship.
The social justice crap is hurtful. It's not helping anything get better. Black Lives Matter, Antifa, all these interest groups that say that they're fighting for something. They're not fighting for anything at all. They're not fighting for anything worthwhile. They really aren't. They're not cleaning up their neighborhoods. They're not fighting against racial injustice. They're not solving any problems. Now, I don't know who the Proud Boys really are. I've heard that name thrown out there a lot. I don't know who they are. I don't care to comment on them because I don't know anything about them. But I do know that as far as hate groups are concerned, or what's perceived as hate groups, I think Black Lives Matter and Antifa fit in that category. They've done nothing but that I've seen of but act out in violence. I talked to somebody. I'm a gamer. I like to play my games. I like to get up online and converse with people and have a good time. And one of the people I conversed with, he was trying to say that the reason why Black Lives Matter do what they do is because that they feel that being peaceful and trying to handle things peacefully doesn't always work out, and that sometimes you gotta stir stuff up, mix stuff up. I'm like, really? That really worked out for you, didn't it? It doesn't seem like it ever works out. It hasn't solved anything so far. I mean, burning down your own neighborhoods and burning down small businesses that not just white folks or Asian folks or Hispanic folks own, but black folks own as well. How have any of those people benefited from your actions? From you creating autonomous zones and whatnot. The last autonomous zone, it failed miserably. What happened? Y'all fought amongst yourselves. You want to consider yourselves your own country. You want to consider it a nation unto itself, and not even an entire weekend. Y'all are asking for foreign intervention, foreign aid. You want it. Other cities and states to donate stuff to you, and I kid you not, because this was one of the requests, suntan lotion. Suntan lotion was one of the things. Cocoa butter, a few other things that they were requesting. This is not stuff that people in impoverished or distressed nations ask for. Okay, they were fighting amongst themselves. It was dangerous in these areas. These people couldn't even agree with themselves. There are people in these areas, shooting up heroin and just basically slowly killing themselves. A young man got shot. I don't remember if he survived or if he died. A young man got shot outside the autonomous zone out there. I don't think it was even anybody that disagreed with them or anything like that. I don't know the entire situation, so don't quote me on that, but it didn't work. Your plans didn't work. Surprise, surprise. The whole crush some skulls and ask questions later mentality is great in the movies. It's great in the action flicks. It don't work in real life. Rioting and looting does not work. It didn't work. It doesn't work for any community, black, white, or whoever. It doesn't work for any community. It didn't work for for blacks in the 1980s. It didn't work for them. What did it accomplish? What did it gain? It didn't gain anything. It didn't get anything done. It didn't get anything accomplished. It hasn't done anything so far. How many years has it been now? People have been in the streets, white and blacks both been in the streets, rioting and looting and destroying everything in sight. How's it made anything better? I know I keep asking the same question. I'm sorry. I just want to beat that point into everybody's head that, retaliating in in a violent manner like that, it's not getting anything done. It's not gonna make the other people say, "Well, you know, I never looked at it from that perspective. You know, maybe we were in the wrong." You know, I wasn't thinking that I was the asshole in the situation, but when you start burning down the store down the road and start setting my neighbor's car on fire, it hit me. You know, I'm the bad guy. I'm the reason why his car is getting burned, not the dude throwing the Molotov cocktail. Jeez. Idiots. Idiots. Everything needs to be canceled, huh? We're gonna cancel Dr. Seuss. We're gonna cancel. No, what else was it they put on that chopping block? Dr. Seuss was one. I think there was another cartoon or something that they wanted to ban. I can't remember what it was. Is it the Muppets? Do they want to ban the Muppets? I better not jinx the Muppets, because if they're not on the chopping block, they might be now that I said something. You know, God forbid anyone actually watches this video, I might be leading to that. Some idiot might say, "Yeah, he's got a good idea. The Muppets are offensive." And then what next? Tom and Jerry? Oh no, now I remember it is. I remember what it is. It's Speedy Gonzales. Yeah, Speedy Gonzales. They want to cancel Speedy Gonzales. Really? Really? When even the Mexican folks are not complaining, they're like, "No, don't cancel. We have very little representation. Can you please not screw with Speedy Gonzales? Can you leave the speedster alone? Please. He's not that bad of a guy. I mean, we can work some things out, switch some stuff around. But don't cancel the speedster. Not a bad cartoon. It really isn't. Pepe Le Pew. Since when do you people give a crap about the French? Since when? It's offensive to French. Well, what do you care? You hate white folks. What do you care? I mean, I can kind of understand the Speedy Gonzales thing, because everybody's on this whole bit about taking up for like illegal immigrants and whatnot, but like not every person who's Hispanic is an illegal immigrant. So why pick on Speedy Gonzales? Why pick on Pepe Le Pew? These are cartoons. These are fictional characters.
Shutting me out, pilot.
I think I lost my broadcast. I don't know. It says my connection went out. Connecting to the cloud. Alright. It says I'm connecting to the cloud. I don't know if I really am or not. My connection is crap. My connection is crap. So I don't know. I'll give this a chance. If it doesn't reconnect, then I'll just leave it be, and I'll just end this video, I guess. Yeah, I don't think it's going to. I'm going to have to reestablish my connection. But I don't know. Maybe I'll make another video about it later. And if anybody, God forbid, if anybody actually watches this video, I might branch off from this and hold up. So I don't think it's even on right now. Okay, anyways, but God forbid if anybody watches this, I might branch out and actually try to make another video and expand upon this particular topic. Sorry. I have a speech impediment, so I kind of breeze through my words I screw my speech up quite a bit. But I don't know. I guess I'll go ahead and just cut this off. Y'all have a good one, though. Let me know what y'all think. Go ahead and comment in the section below, comment section below. Like, you can subscribe if you want. Oh, excuse me. I'm not really the kind of person that cares about subscriptions, but hey, it's all on you. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Have a good one.